Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. First of all, Happy New Year and Happy 2026. It's been a long while since I posted a video. I'm very sorry about that. I've been really busy. I was kind of in a reading slump and also was very busy with school. So yeah, very sorry, but hopefully I'm back now. We're going to see. I'm still on exams, but my next exam isn't until the 19th of January, so I have a little bit more time. So that's why I'm now filming this video. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you a little bit of the books I read in 2025. It's going to be like the 2025 end of year book tag. The most of these, no, not most, all of these questions I got from Larissa Larry Reed on YouTube. So yeah, that's where I'm getting it from. I would say, and before I say, we're also going to get a little bit into the future. I'm going to talk to you guys about my book goals for 2026. We've got quite a lot to go through, so I would say let's get started. If I'm looking down, it's because my iPad is there and I just want to I put all down the questions there because I obviously don't know them out of my head. So yeah. So the first question is, what was the most disappointing book of the year? So I've got two books for this. The first book I have is Overdrive by Esha Patel. I really randomly picked this book up. I saw it in a bookstore and I was like, oh, this sounds like a fun book. It was a Formula One romance. I never read it. I was like, you know what, we're going to try it. It's a little bit different from all of everyone's reading Lauren Esher books in the Formula One. So yeah, but I didn't like it at all. It was the thing is I don't know a lot about it anymore as well. I just know that I was bored. I really didn't like the characters at all. I think I gave it like 2 stars. So definitely one of the most disappointing books of 2025. And along with that is Archer's Voice by Mia Sherian. It was my book club pick, and mostly every one of my book club, the three other girlies, they all enjoyed it or liked the book. But I know I was very close at DNFing the book. And now I really wish I did DNF this book because I don't know why I spent my time reading that book. I just didn't like it at all. I know it's a very loved book by a lot of people and it is a very popular book. Really, back in the day when BookTok, I think, and Booktube started, but no, I just didn't like it. I couldn't connect to the characters. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the characters. So yeah, I'm sorry. By the way, this is all my opinion. If I'm talking about books I don't like this, it's not because I don't like the authors. It's specifically about that book that I just didn't like. Maybe there are other books by these authors that I would like, but or maybe their writing isn't just for me. That's also a possibility. Okay? So, my opinion, so don't come for me, okay? Then, what was an underdog book? So, I got the opportunity to read some arcs this year, and I really am glad for that. And one of that arc was Bake You Mine, and I really enjoyed that book. I mostly arcs are by a lot of times by first time writers, authors, and I don't go into those books with very high expectations because you just never know, obviously. And you also can't really compare because you've never read a book by them or you haven't seen it before. And this book really caught me by surprise. I really enjoyed it. I think I give like 4.5, 4.75 stars. It was such a fun book, and I highly recommend reading it to everyone. I mean, it is an underrated book. I don't think a lot of people heard about this book as well, and I think it'd be a book that a lot of people would like. So yeah, go and check that book out. I will post somewhere on the screen the books I don't have physically because I don't have all of the books I read this year physically. So yeah. Then, what was an overhyped book I read? Well, there were some that I read, but oh oh here it is. The book, I don't know if it's overhyped. There were two sides on this book. Either you really loved it, or on the other side you just didn't like it. And I was on side I didn't like it, and that was Onyxorn by Rebecca Yarros. The thing is, I don't think I'm going to continue reading the Empyrean series. I'm just getting a little bit bored with the characters, with the storyline. It's just getting overdone in my opinion. So, and with this book I really felt the same way. Like, it's just good for me to stop right here. I don't care what else is going to happen in the book. So yeah, so I was kind of disappointed. I kind of knew because Iron Flame was also like disappointing for me as well, but I had kind of hopes for Onyx Storm, but yeah, it was not what I wanted, but that's totally fine. A book that surprised you. So I read A Golden Summer by Carly Fortune this year, and I've had like ups and downs with her books. Every summer after, I didn't really like. Meet Me at the Lake, I also really didn't like. So I was like, you know what, we're going to try it. I saw Sarah Corley reading it, and she gave it 5 stars. So I was like, you know what, we're going to try it, and we're going to see. I want to give her another chance, and I adored that book. It was so fun. The summer vibes, the just the lake, the I just loved it. I was so happy reading it. I was constantly thinking about it. I think I gave it like 4.75. I was really close to a 5 star. I can't really remember why I didn't give it 5 stars. But it was a book I didn't expect at all to like that much. So that was really fun that it turned out to be one of my favorite books of 2025. So yeah, very, very nice. And this is also a sign to give authors another chance, even if you didn't like maybe previous books. They can surprise you. Now, new favorite authors you discovered this year. There are 2 authors I discovered this year that I am planning on reading more of in 2026, if they have newer books, obviously. And the first one is Bal Carbra. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. She wrote this series. There's another book coming. Like, you have Collide, Spiral, and Revolve, and there's another book coming. I just can't remember the title, but I read Collide first, then I read Spiral, and then I read Revolve, and I liked it so much. It was really fun, like these sports romances. I think I do like these better than like, I think they're very comparable to the series of Hannah Grace, but I do like these books better. They're just so fun. I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the story. So yeah, I mean, I gave Spiral almost 5 stars as well, which I also didn't expect. Maybe that's also a book I didn't expect to like that much. So yeah, very fun that I discovered this author. And then I also discovered Annabelle Monaghan. I read one book by her this year and in the summer, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed how realistic she writes and how it is a possibility and how people go through that stuff in real life. I just enjoyed it and I didn't expect, and I will definitely be reading more of her work in 2026. I think that are really the. Oh no, I just saw this book here. That is Kristen Ciccarelli from Heartless Center series. There's not a book, I still haven't read it yet, but more about that in maybe another video, maybe in this video, I don't know yet. No, in another video. So yeah, but I really enjoyed her writing in that as well, so I will definitely be reading more books of her. There is the second book in the Heartless Center series, but she also released a new book in a new series, I think. So yeah, very excited about that as well. Then author that didn't work out for you this year, I think that is very obvious, and that's Rebecca Yarros. I don't think I'm going to be reading any more books by her. Maybe just not these books. The Empyrean series is just done for me. I couldn't care anymore about Violet and Xaden. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I mean, Fort Wing, really enjoyed it. I had a very great time reading Fort Wing, but Iron Flame and Onyx Storm just, it's going downhill from me. So yeah, I think I'm done with Rebecca Yarros for now, at least. Then, what is the happiest book you read this year? It was really hard because a lot of books I read are emotional and I cry a lot. But I think when I was looking through the books I read this last year, so weird to say last year, I was like, which book did I enjoy and I didn't really cry or doesn't have like this big heavy subplot to it. And I think that is Problematic Summer Romance by Ellie Hazelwood. I enjoyed this book so much. It is a perfect summer romance. It is the book after Not in Love, so I recommend reading Not in Love first and then this one. But Maya and Connor, I like them so much. Both of them. Maya is such a fun girl, and yeah, I then just thinking about this book, it makes me smile. It was just so fun. I think this is really the happiest book I read this year and last year. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it probably more times, so just forgive me for that. So yeah, it was really, really fun book. I kind of miss summer just looking at this cover and thinking about this book. So yeah, I want summer. It's now raining. The last few days it was snowing here in Belgium. It's crazy. And it's also freaking cold outside. So yeah. Then, what is the saddest book this year? I think if I have to think about the books I cried the most with, there are like 2 books that go with that. And that is Daisy Hates and A Great Undoing and Magnolia Parks and Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. Girl, did I cry with these books? I did. I still have no words for it. I'm not ready for the next Daisy Hate books. If it's coming, I don't know when it's coming. I don't know if I'm ready. But yeah, they were intense. I think I cried the most with both of these books. I was so emotionally attached. I am so emotionally attached to all of these characters. I mean, Magnolia, Julian, BJ, Daisy. I don't know where to start. So yeah, if you're in for a ride for a roller coaster of emotions, I recommend reading Magnolia Parks in the Daisy Hate series. If you're not, maybe don't. But you can try. I still recommend trying the books. So yeah. Then the best book adaptation of the year. So I don't think there was really a newish book adaptation that I watched. In 2025, there were 2 series I watched that were already out. Like one was a new season and one was already out. So the first one was obviously The Summer Item Pretty, the season 3, the finale season came out this summer, and oh my god, I love it so much. There were some times I kind of hated it with Jamaya, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. But I really love it, and I am so excited to see more of them. The movie, just so excited. And I also watched Daisy Jones and the Six adaptation, the series on Prime, and I really enjoyed it. I loved it. It really made me want to reread Daisy Jones and the Six. Maybe I will be doing that this year, but it was so fun. The songs, how it is filmed, I really love that, and I'm very very glad I finally watched the series. So yeah. Then my favorite covers. So there are quite a few covers I really enjoyed. First of all, I have Heartless. I don't know, but I really like this cover. You have another cover of this book. I mean, it's also called Crimson Moth, but I don't know. I prefer this cover, the US edition. This is, I think. So yeah, I think it's really cool. And then I obviously, I don't know, but all the Magnolia Parks books and Disney's books, their covers are just so cool. And then I also really love the Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil from V. Schwab, the cover. It's also so cool. I mean, I love this. And I mean, there are a lot of book covers and books I loved. And those are just a few, you know. If I have to be honest, I mean, I like all of the books. Then, a popular book I didn't love, I already said it, and it was Onyx Storm. Then, a book you thought you'd love but didn't. Oh my god, I'm looking. So, here. So, I read the last book in this, like, interconnected standalone series, I think in 2024. And I was like, now I have the first 2 books, so I have to read them. And the first book is What If You Will by Abby Jimenez. I didn't really know much about this book going into it, but I thought I would like it more because I really enjoyed it just for the summer. But I said it in a video. I mean, if you want more details, I think I read this book in a video of mine. I will put it somewhere here. There were some things I just didn't like with the main female character, so that's why I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. Very sad, but it happens. But yeah, I mean, the next book I really liked, and Just for the Summer I also really liked, so yeah. Then, a book with the most unique concept you read this year. I think all Ashley Poston's books are very unique. I read 2 books by her this year, but I think my favorite one of the ones I read this year was a novel love story. I love this book so much. I think it's such a beautifully written book. I mean, the concept in this is just the best for a book reader. I mean, Elsie, she goes into a book world she loves. Doesn't every reader want to do that? That's so cool. I mean, that's so unique and so interesting. And yeah, I just loved every bit of it. But also, it Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I also read it in 2025, and that concept is also very interesting. I mean, all the magical realism things Ashley Poston comes up with are so intriguing and unique, in my opinion. So I can't wait for your next book. She has gotten in mind for us. So yeah. Then, the books I would reread in 2026. There are quite a few. Obviously, I would definitely read a novel love story again. I would also consider reading Heartless again before I'm going to read the next book in the series. Then, Bury Your Bones and Midnight Song. I mean, I was very scared. I was very scared starting this, but I enjoyed that book so much, and it really reminded me how much I liked V. Schrapp's writing, and I definitely want to read more of her books in 2026. So yeah, definitely want to be reading this one day. Then obviously the Magnolia Park books and Daisy Hates. At some point I'm going to reread those books. Not immediately, but I will. Then obviously also Great Big Beautiful Lie by Emily Henry. I mean, I didn't like it as much as I read at the time, but it's definitely a book I would reread just because it's an Emily Henry book, I think. And the same goes for the Emily Hazelwood books. I read Bride, Maid, Deep End, and Problematic Summer Romance this year, and I would obviously reread all of them. Then also Sarah Adams books. I discovered her the year before, 2024, and I now read the When in Rome series, so When in Rome, Practice Makes Perfect, and Beg Borrow Steal, and the new book In Your Dreams is out since like last December, like December the 13th or something, I think. I just ordered because I have to read it soon. And I really love all of her books. Especially this series, I love it, and I'm so excited to start reading the last book. I'm also going to be sad, but I'm just so excited. I just hope I'm not going to be disappointed because it's a story I'm looking very much forward to because I'm so interested to see how everything is going to go down. So yeah. Then some more goals for 2026. I think I'm going to do like a separate video of my like 10 favorite books of 2025. I'm not sure. It is I had a lot of ideas in mind for the end of the year, and because I didn't make any of those videos, I still have to like figure out how I'm going to do it. I'm going to just do it now, or I'm just going to post things on Instagram as well. But we're going to see. If it's there, it will be there. I will definitely be making, I think, I will definitely be making 26 books for 2026 TBR video. I don't know when. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm just going to post. So yeah. But now, about the new year, about 2026, my reading goals. So, my reading goal for last year was 100 books. I only read 70 books, which was kind of sad, but I got a reading slump in February where I only read one book, and I also got into a reading slump in the month of December, which I only read one book in as well. So, I think if I didn't go into a reading slump in those 2 months, I think it would have been possible for me to read 100 books, but it didn't work out last year, but that's fine. But because of that, I think I just want to read 80 books in 2026. It's still quite a lot, but I really just want to read more. And also books, the thing is with reading goals, it's not because of the quantity of books, it's just a fun goal to set. So keep that in mind if you see a lot of booktubers, etc., reading a lot of books a year. I mean, I read as much as I can if I'm not in a reading slump, obviously. But yeah, so I really hope to read 80 books in 2026. Then another goal for mine is to read one French book. I already have one, Better in the Movies by Lynn Painter in French, and I hopefully will read that in 2026. Then I also want to read 5 Dutch books. I am from Belgium, so my native language is Flemish, Dutch. And I just want to read more books in my native language. Because I'm a journalism student, I just maybe should know my language a little bit better, and by doing that, I maybe can read books. So that's what I want to try. Last year I put it at 10, but that's maybe too high. So I was like, you know what, we're going to try 5. That's fine. And I'm also wanting to try to read 3 non-fiction books. Doesn't matter what, just 3 books to get a little bit more of my kind of comfort zone. I have already one I got for Christmas, and I'm very excited to read it. It's really in my genre, in my interesting, something I find really interesting. So yeah, definitely be reading already one. Then the question is also, what will you prioritize in your 2026 reading year? There are like 2 things I really want to prioritize. So first off is just reading before bed. Before I go to bed, instead of scrolling on my phone, on TikTok, on Instagram, whatever, just read a chapter or 2 before I go to sleep. I did that, in the summer, I think. And then I just stopped doing it. I don't know why, but it really made me feel better. I thought I slept better and I went into sleep easier. I slept better, so I really want to put that in my routine again. And then I also want to DNF books faster. I think I say it every year, but I just need to do it. I didn't do it with Artist Voice, and I should have DNF'd the book. Thinking about it now, I didn't like it. Why would I continue reading it? So yeah, my goals for like the content wise are like posting more consistently on YouTube. I really want to go back to posting every week on Friday or on Saturday. It's really a goal of mine to be better at that and to just take that into my planning wise, So I'm really going to try that. And also to be more active on Instagram and on TikToks, to post more TikTok videos, even they're just small, short ones, and also post more Instagram pictures, reels, whatever. So yeah, I think that was it. There was a 2025 reading tag, end of the year. It is officially 2026. It is the 9th of January already. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, thank you. If you did, go and like, maybe even subscribe. And let me know in the comments what your favorite book was of 2025 and what is on your 2026 TBR. And I'll see you next time. Bye!